All right. Yo, what's good? This is a very, very, very special edition of the podcast. I am Scoop. And this ain't just a Watch This podcast. This is the Watch This podcast artist interview. No, not the artist interview. Fuck that. We're going to call this the legend interview. Because what we got going on today is one of the biggest hip hop artists of our generation. You know, a lot of y'all are been big fans of the huge records that this man has created as a part of one of the most iconic groups of hip hop history, Bone Thugs and Harmony. Me personally, though, I look at him as a supreme lyricist, and more importantly, a flow god. If you know who I'm talking about, man, I want to give much love and much respect to the homie Krayzie Bone who's in the building with us right now, man. Shout out to Krayzie Bone.
Yes. What's happening? What's up with it, man?
Welcome, brother, man. How you doing today, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Blessed to be alive, man. You know.
Absolutely, man. First of all, I just want to thank you for joining us today, man. I know, you're a busy man. You're a legend in the game. Everybody want to talk to you. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me. You feel me? So I just want to say I appreciate that. Also, a huge shout out to Uniquely Coordinated for helping to get this together.
Sir.
You know what I mean? Bernadette, I've been on Burn's nerves trying to get this interview, man. So I want to give her a huge shout out. She does great work for you.
Yeah.
And I appreciate her for making the connection happen.
All good.
Word, man. So
yes, indeed.
So Krayzie Bone, man. I know you got a lot going on, bro. Like I've been looking at what you got going on. You got a podcast, and you got a couple of different brands and companies and businesses, as you should. You doing the right thing as somebody in the game. A lot of cats, they might make a couple dollars, making rap records, and not find a way to make their brand and their money work for them. You know what I'm saying? I just think somebody like yourself, a legend in the game, you serve as a great example for the next generation on this is how you move, bro. This is how you get down. You know what I'm saying? We always gonna have it in our heart to create, but there's other avenues. There's other avenues and things that we can do, other things we can touch, once you become an unstoppable brand, man. But before we get deep into some of that, though, me personally, as a hip hop purist and a fan of yours, I had a couple of questions. Because I kind of got into your music as a shorty, you know what I'm saying? When Creeping on the Come Up came out, right? Mm-hmm. That's, I'm sure a lot of people found out about Bone Thugs from Creeping on the Come Up, Thuggish Ruggish Bone, and all the great songs from there. But I was a hip hop nigga. Like even as a shorty, I was a true hip hop nigga. So I did research even then. These are tapes we talking about. These cassettes. This wasn't even like CDs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I discovered Bone Enterprise, which was the project. Faces of Death was the project that y'all put out before that under the name Bone Enterprise. And hearing that and listening to that music on that album, it definitely was a contrast between that and what you hear on Creeping on the Come Up. Like I felt like Bone Enterprise, Faces of Death was hard. Yeah. Like y'all niggas was rapping. You had the flow. You had that tempo. Y'all was catching that tempo. Y'all was introducing that to the game. You feel me? But I feel like once Creeping on the Come Up came out, or when y'all started working on that, y'all kind of made a transition to the Thugs and Harmony. Like, starting to get more harmonious and more singing and things like that. How did that happen? What caused that?
Man, that really came about, from our style. We was always together, like all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like we all lived with one another at some point. At some point, we all stayed at my house. We all stayed at Lazy's house, Blazing Flash. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? That's just what it was. And like we would have ciphers with each other all the time, like just for the hell of it. We'd be walking down the street, walking to the store, We just started having a cipher, just rapping, you know what I'm saying? And like we knew each other's rhymes so good that when one person was rapping, the other ones would be like ad-libbing the ending lines to the point it started to sound like we was harmonized. You know what I'm saying? And people started telling us, yo, it sounds like y'all like harmonizing. Y'all sound like the rapping Temptations or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy. So like we but we really didn't focus on it until we got with Easy, and he was like, you know, he was so gone by the harmony of it. He was like, that should be your name. You know what I'm saying? And that's actually where the Thugs in Harmony name came from, because we had a song called Thugs in Harmony, and Easy was like, that should be your name. And we was like, yeah, but Bone is the family name. So, you know, we put them both together, and it was Bone Thugs in Harmony.
Man, God bless and rest in peace to Easy E, man. You feel me? I mean, genius. You know, for recognizing that for many reasons, but for recognizing that in y'all, because me personally, I feel like, you know, y'all some hard rappers. Like y'all can rap y'all asses off, right? But what separated y'all and made y'all superstars was that the other side. You feel what I'm saying? Like when y'all was able to bring the harmony in, that turned y'all into superstar. You could listen to a lot of artists from the Midwest, you know, from that time period and hear traces of the flow, but they wasn't hitting them harmonies. they wasn't hitting that shit.
Definitely.
You know
what
I'm saying?
That was definitely unique from Bone. You know what I'm saying? Like something that we definitely brought to the table with the fast rapping and the harmonizing while doing that. That was definitely something created by Bone, for sure.
Incredible, man. Like, and speaking of Easy E, was working with Easy and in the process of making East 1999 and the Lost, Easy. I remember when I purchased that CD, because I think by then I was buying CDs. So I had the tape for Creep on the Come Up, by the CD for East 1999. And Crossroads, which is, arguably probably your biggest hit, right? The original Crossroads that was on the album is much different. I mean, it's to me, it's like, when you think of a remix, a lot of times you think of a song that sounds similar but has a few added elements or a few changes, but they're almost like two different songs. They just got the same theme, right? You got the original Crossroads, and then y'all got the remix, which became, fucking out of here, right? How did that happen? Like, y'all had the original song, The Crossroads, which is about losing loved ones, but then y'all made this other record. Like why and how did that happen?
Well, because when we first, Crossroads, we got two different versions of Crossroads.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
You froze. You froze right now. I can barely hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, so yeah, definitely. The question was, why do we make two different versions of Crossroads?
Well, yeah, really, it's like when y'all made the first one, like, why did y'all make a second one? Basically, like, why did y'all make another one?
Okay, because like when we made the first one we made was strictly dedicated to our partner Wally, who was murdered. You know what I'm saying? He passed away. He was actually like the sixth member of Bone, but he didn't rap. He didn't rap. He was just like always. He was like with us all the time. Made sure we get. He had the car. He made sure we got to our talent shows. Made sure we didn't miss no auditions. He used to push us like, man, y'all late. Come on, we gotta go. You know what I'm saying? So he was one of our brothers too. He would have been with us if he was alive right now today. You know what I'm saying? So we made that song strictly for him. But after we got on with Easy, you know what I'm saying? After we got on, like a lot of things started happening. You know what I'm saying? My cousin was murdered. My brother-in-law Tombstone was murdered. So one of my partners' little brother that I grew up with, he was murdered. Lazy lost his unborn child. Wishbone's uncle was murdered. You know what I'm saying? Like, so a lot of crazy stuff started happening, and plus Easy E died. So once you know, like, so we was like, you know, we need to go in and remix this song and make it for all the people that we just lost, you know what I'm saying? Like, and just dedicate it to them. So it was just a song we wanted to dedicate it to the people we lost at the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because when you listen to Bone, like, you know, all of y'all work always had a very spiritual type of vibe. Y'all definitely are, you know, spiritual men connected. So it only made sense. I get it. Y'all made one record to mourn one of y'all homies. Y'all lost other people, and y'all said, look, we gotta make this record. We gotta expand on this record. Is what it sounds like y'all did. And
yes,
and you know, it's sad, man. But you know, they say a rose grows from concrete. You feel me? Like that. That was a huge song for all. I mean, for me growing up. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people can relate to that, man. It was a huge record, man. So we appreciate y'all for that.
Definitely.
So another question, because like I said, when I seen you on the other platform, you was kind of talking about, because what happens is my platform watch this, the whole purpose of this is to kind of bridge the gap. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a person that's partial to the older rap, you know what I'm saying? 80s, 90s, early 2000s rap. That's my wheelhouse, right? And a lot of times when people get to a certain age, they get to this mindset where it's like all the new shit is whack. Like, this don't sound like what I used to listen to. This shit whack. And I'm not one of them people. And from listening to your interview on the other platform, it don't sound like you one of them people neither. Like, you kind of understand the changes and the differences, and you can embrace it. I mean, that's right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, everything is gonna change. So everything will change with it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's a given.
Because as much as things change, they stay the same. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's different, but shit, to our parents, they look at the shit that we do and they like, the fuck is that? You feel me? They wanted to sound like their generation.
Real talk. And now,
you know
yeah, definitely.
So what makes a new artist dope to you? Like, if you listening to like a new artist, like what elements, flavors are you looking for in a new artist?
Man, well, number one off the top is originality. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, you know, when artists come to me like, oh man, you know, they say I sound like such and such, or I sound like you, it's a turn off immediately. Mm-hmm. After you say something like that, you got to blow me away with some shit. After that, for me to even want to, you know what I'm saying, like for real, because I'm looking for originality, man, because originality equals longevity. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why you see so many artists come and go, because they sound like the person right next to them. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's what you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of talented artists out here, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them just follow the trend, and they could be so much more if they just went against the grain. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, going against the grain is attractive. I hope people know that. It's way more attractive than following the leader. Much more attractive. You know what I'm saying?
Be the leader.
Exactly. Make your own waves. Just don't ride other people's waves. Make your own wave. You know what I'm saying? And man, that's what I look for. Somebody that's trying to be different. Somebody that's trying to go against the grain because they that confident of what they got is raw talent. Bottom line.
You got any artists like from from anywhere really, you know what I'm saying, but that you checking for right now? Anybody?
Oh man, you know, I'm man, I listen to a lot of music, you know what I'm saying? And I just you know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for somebody to be different and step out and talk about something that ain't nobody talking about, doing stuff that ain't nobody doing. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, image is one thing, but the content is another thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so it's like I see a lot of carbon copies and few originators. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what we need more of, originators. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's not going to be an originator. You know what I'm saying? You have those who create lanes, and you have those who just ride in those lanes that were created.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you
Yeah.
just have to figure out what you want to do.
Yeah, and it's a difference between riding in somebody else's lane or being influenced, because we're all influenced, right? As artists,
Exactly.
you're gonna be influenced, but you ain't gonna
Oh, yeah.
take that influence and then try to sound just like this nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's where it kind of gets a little sketchy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I'm
Yeah,
with
exactly. Yeah, definitely.
you. I'm with you, because you know it all comes from somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, you know, everybody has an influence. I mean, I believe I read somewhere you one of your influences, Kane. You grew up listening to a lot of Kane and shit, Big Daddy Kane.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, and Big Daddy Kane used to have he had a machine gun flow. I mean, it wasn't the same one that you used, but he had a machine gun flow, you know what I mean? With some of his verses and shit. So but taking it from the old school and bringing it up to the present, I know you got a lot of shit going on, bro. Like I said, I salute you for being a businessman. You got a cannabis company. It's called Krayzie Bone Cannabis Company.
Yes, indeed. Krayzie Bone Cannabis Company. You know what I'm saying? We have right now we have flower in several different locations out here in California. We have syrup in California, New Mexico, soon to be reaching other states as well. And we also have vape pens. You know what I'm saying? Delta 8, Krayzie 8. You know what I'm saying? We moving. We moving. You know what I'm saying? So
when did you start that?
Man, we really got into it like first started off like I say like 2017
Okay.
is when we first began on this journey. You know what I'm saying? Been through many trials and tribulations, and you know with anything you start and get into, you know what I'm saying? You take the bumps and bruises of trying to learn it while you're going, but you know we going on what? We going on like 5-6 years in this game, so we getting the hang of it now, you know what I'm saying, to the point we turning around and turning our mistakes around into profit. You know what I'm saying? So
shit, you learn more from your mistakes than you do from your successes. You feel me? So I'm all for that.
exactly.
You know what I mean? Nah, that's beautiful, man. So you got the Krayzie Bone Cannabis Company. You said you got flour, you got some THC syrup, you know, got some vapes. So on the music side of things, you know, kind of in the same lane. I know you released that Leaves of Legends last year on 420.
Yes, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That was actually a soundtrack to my cannabis company. You know what I'm saying? Introducing everything, because under my Krayzie Bone cannabis company, I have a branch called Leaves of Legend, and in that department, we plan to go out and do joint venture strands with other legends out there, whether they be musicians, actors, whoever, you know, if they enter the herb and they legendary, we want to get some of their smoke on the shelf, for real. Definitely. So
Definitely.
yeah. So that album is out. Leaves of Legend is out right now. Available on all platforms, and it's doing really well right now. People loving it. It's a great way. It's a great album to just put on, man, and just when you smoking, when you blazing up, you just kick back and just ride to, for real. Definitely.
We fuck with that energy all day. You feel me? And I know recently you put out a new video from that joint, Surfing the Sky.
No, that could take us off course. Say it one more time.
I said you just released the Surfing the Sky video from that album, right? That's from Leaves of Legends, right?
Yes, indeed. The video was just released like like maybe 3-4 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually working on another video for the album as well. It's going to be releasing soon. So I'm actually going to end up probably doing a video for every song on that album. So you know, I mean, it's a cannabis album, so it ain't no limit to it. Ain't no time date on it. You know?
Oh, you're right. That's timeless. That's timeless music.
Exactly.
I mean, you know, there's always we always gonna be smoking. You know what I'm saying? And you've been doing bro. Like I was watching another platform that you was on recently, and y'all was talking about the new joint you got with Dionne Warwick. Like what?
Oh, yeah, bro. Yeah, man. I'm just been knowing Dionne for a while now. You know what I'm saying? We've been working with her son ever since he was young, up and coming in the game. You know what I'm saying? He worked a lot with us. He worked with Flesh and Bone in his earlier projects. And yeah, man. We asked him for a while, man, and we finally decided to do something with it because the times we living in calls for this type of song and message. You know what I'm saying? Something empowering, something uplifting. So we just wanted to make sure we put something out here positive, man. You know what I'm saying? What I mean about going against the grain. When people ain't really doing stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And, but people really appreciate the song. The song is gaining. It's growing wing on its own. You know what I'm saying? Just because that's what God gonna make it do. You know.
For sure. I mean, you're a pure artist, bro. Like you're a writer. You know what I'm saying? So like I it doesn't surprise me that you're able to like be diverse. You know what I'm saying, with the kind of music that you put out. So I mean, it was a surprise because I didn't know that you had no connection to Dionne Warwick. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, nah, like I respect your pen. You know what I mean? Like above all else, like above all the glitz and the glamour and all that other shit, like it all started with your pen. So that's the real shit. You also I got a podcast, watch this podcast, shout to all, shout to Mike McFly, shout out to my homies that co-hosted with me. You also have a podcast. Look like you got two podcasts, but you got one, Truth Talks. I checked it out recently. What's up with that?
Man, Truth Talks, man. Yeah, I'm actually on my way to film an episode to that right now. That's why I'm en route to. But yeah, man, Truth Talks is basically a show. We try to come from a different angle, something that really hasn't been done. We address certain topics and issues on our show, and we look at them from two standpoints. We look at them from the way man looks at it, and we look at it from the standpoint of how God looks at things. And it's always, and of course, God is always right. You know what I'm saying? But that's the gist of our show. You know what I'm saying? Basically, like we ain't trying to talk about celebrity gossip and who's sleeping with who went to jail, who shot who. That ain't what we talk about. It's enough of that negativity in the world already. You know what I'm saying? That we're not so wrapped up into somebody else's life that we prying in their business, telling who they date and all that stuff. That's all silly to me. You know what I'm saying? So we try to give people some information that's life-saving, that's actually soul-saving. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome. And it's funny, like you say, man, there's enough of the sensationalized stuff out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I watch TV, I watch other things, you know what I'm saying? But it's not my forte to put that kind of energy out. That's not what I do, and I feel you on that. Because when you have a podcast or a voice, people do tend to make suggestions and they say, hey, Scoop, I like your podcast, but y'all talking about hip hop and hip hop culture. Why don't you talk about sex? Like, why don't you talk about, this? And it's like, there's plenty of that out there. I'm not going to say y'all wrong for doing it. If that's what y'all want to do, that's what you want to do. But that's not me. Yeah. That's not what I want to talk about. You know what I mean? So, So now much love to you and respect to you for staying true to yourself and for what matters to you. Now you got another joint with the group, right? Thug Story.
Yeah, that one. Now that one is where all the bullshit pop off. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you bring the thugs in the picture, you know what I'm saying? That's you know what I'm saying? No, but it's basically, called Thug Stories. You know what I'm saying? Basically, we just sitting up talking about everything we've seen and experienced in the industry, even before getting into the industry, just telling some of our stories of just us being up and coming up together, man, all the things we've seen, all the lies we've been told from people who said they was gonna put us on back in the day. It's just a lot of stories, you know what I'm saying? So like, and it should be real entertaining, like just from the way we sit up and tell our stories, it's just the chemistry between us is just crazy. So that's something everybody could definitely look forward to, for sure.
Yeah. So y'all got a whole the Thug Stories though. Did y'all put in them? They came out yet or no? The Thug Stories joints.
No, no, the first episode will probably be out in like two and a half weeks, I said.
Okay. We gonna look out for that. And I was telling Burn, you feel me, like just on some real shit, like I feel very fortunate and blessed that you granted me, this interview. So, anything you got going on is gonna be on my page. I'm just letting you know from the rip. And that's neither here nor there, but that's keeping it real.
Appreciate that. Yes, sir.
Yeah, because I want us all to win, man. Like at the end of the day, man. That's what we're here to do. So I did I did watch y'all on the verses too. That shit was amazing, man. Like I loved it. I love the energy. I love the competitive nature, of what y'all was bringing to the table. It was a great opportunity to see y'all together because I do know there was times where y'all wasn't really like that, you know what I'm saying? And to see y'all all together, rocking, doing some of the songs from the old shit, and you know what I mean, and bringing it up was incredible. But what I didn't know is that you're also working on a project with DJ Paul from 3-6.
Yeah, indeed. Yes, indeed. We're in the trenches on that project, man. I'm just waiting for him to give me the new tracks. He worked on 8-9 songs on the track he so Krayzie already, all whichever one it is, whatever number it is, all of them, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as he get this last batch of hot ones he working on, we're gonna go in and wrap it up and you know what I'm saying, present it to the world. But it's definitely fire, man. I'm talking about his tracks and what we doing on them. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Did that come about after the verses?
No. I mean, we've been Paul been like working on this for like, we've been talking about it first and foremost like for years, and now, you know what I'm saying, after the talking, we just start putting it in motion. We was working on it way before the verses.
Okay. And this you and him or just the group?
No, just me and him.
Okay. And I know you also got Krayzie Melodies about to drop.
Yes, indeed. Krayzie Melodies will be out, you know what I'm saying, end of this month. Yeah, man, 20 songs on there, you know what I'm saying? Different vibe. I like to call it like, just an album full of vibes, like nothing hardcore, nothing serious. Just this album, I'm experimenting, man, experimenting with my skills and just see where I can go and just having fun making music. You know what I'm saying? Like just tapping into different sounds, man, and just having fun making music right now, for real.
These like in-house producers that you're using for that joint, or you got anybody in particular you fucking with?
Yeah, these are in-house producers, up and coming cats, the hungry ones.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I love. That's what I love messing with. Like dudes that's hungry, like dudes that's willing to work. Because once niggas catch breaks, niggas get lazy. You know what I'm saying? Niggas get
Say
lazy,
that
you know
again, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like so that's one thing. Like as an artist, that's one thing I made sure to never do was lose the love and hunger for making music. Because you know what I'm saying? If you notice, a lot of artists, a lot of fans say this about a lot of artists. They say, man, their first album was the best one. They went in after that one. I don't know what happened. But what happened was they started being a celebrity, and the duties of being a celebrity came over the creative side of everything. You know what I'm saying? And your creativity started to slip because you was too busy trying to be a superstar. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, it's the totally opposite, man. You know what I'm saying? I could have an album come out today and I'm back in the studio tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, I mean, celebrity stuff is cool, you know what I'm saying? But I done it for almost 30 years now. This shit is played out, really. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about, man, loving the craft and just like, my love for music would never feel whether it has, like, because of money, because of being a celebrity, or none of that. The love of music comes first, period.
And you could tell. I mean, you could tell with you, man. You could tell it's different, man. Like I said, man, all your music always came across as you know, a labor of love. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it always came across that this is really your truth. This is not some industry gimmick or some shit that somebody made you create. Like, you know what I mean? And that, I think that's something that always attracted me to your music and to your art. And then it's also, you know, people's upbringing and how it don't even just start when they become a celebrity. It start way before that. You know what I'm saying? You know how they say, like, you could tell a nigga ain't never had nothing. Like, you could tell a nigga ain't never, you know, it's like, you know, but you from
Real
Cleveland.
talk.
I mean, look, it's just different, man, when you come from where you come from and how you create music. Speaking of Cleveland, though, you rock with Brian? You rock with Brian?
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, but you know, like that's one of my favorite players. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, definitely. You know what I'm saying? So I rock with him. I followed him like when he went to Miami, when he came back, when he came out here to LA. You know what I'm saying? I rock with him. You know what I'm saying? But you know,
Yeah.
I'm from Cleveland, so at the end of the day, I'm rocking with the Cavs all day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Cause I'm a Brown fan. You feel me? So, you know, it's interesting. I know the All-Star game is there this year, so I know that's gonna be crazy. You know, no pun intended.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Now,
Oh yeah, we would
you gonna be out
definitely.
there?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
That's what's,
we doing several things out there. You know, so we will be in attendance. For
that's
sure.
dope, man. That's dope. Um, but speaking of music, man, you got so much shit going on, Craig. Like, man, look, it's hard to keep. You talking about when you finish the record, you go back into the studio. It's no surprise to me because I'm seeing all this material that you putting out. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas ain't doing that. Niggas, little young niggas is doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, putting out tape after tape, track after track. But I'm seeing you got Chasing the Devil. The second volume of Chasing the Devil is coming out.
Yeah, man. That's the project I'm working on now. You know what I'm saying? Since the Crazy Melodies is finished, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like really into this project here because I feel like this is a project just like I spoke on the song I did with Dionne Warwick. You know what I'm saying? This is a whole project geared towards that. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, and it's basically something that's definitely needed in the days and times we living in right now. You know what I'm saying? Because they definitely ain't gonna get it from nowhere else. You know?
And part one came out, what, like 2015, something like that,
Yeah,
2014,
yeah,
15?
yeah. Part one, Temptation came out, which I will be trying to remaster that album, remix and remaster it to get a better sounding version out there. And the second one I'm working on is Chasing the Devil Part 2, Salvation. So that's the one I'm in now. Yes.
So it's funny, man, because, like, you know, my hip hop nerd ears always turn on when you say certain shit. Like you said, you get in that first one remixed and remastered. Let's talk a little bit about how important the engineers are in this game, because they're unsung, right? We don't talk, like, we can name famous rappers, we can name famous producers, but you kind of got to really be deep into this shit to name famous engineers. There's not so many of them, man. Well, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about the engineers?
Man, I mean, man, they do their thing because like if they didn't do what they do, like we sound like shit. Like for real. Like you uh just a little magic they put on it, man. If they know what they doing, you know what I'm saying? That makes the record. Like because I hear some songs that I do before they mix and I'm like, no, I don't think I'm gonna use that. But then when I hear it mixed, it's like, oh shit, this is something totally different right here. You know what I'm saying? So they play a very important role, you know, because you could be throwing away a good song, and once they take it and clean it up, mix it and tidy it up, you got a diamond.
Put a
You
little
know what I'm saying? You
delay
got a
on them
diamond.
joints. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Put a little extra reverb over here, put a little double over here, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
definitely,
Nah, man,
definitely,
shout
all
out to
day.
engineers, man. I don't feel like they get enough credit in our industry. Um, you also have a clothing line. We can't overlook the business. You got a clothing line out called The Life, right?
Yeah.
The Life Apparel.
Yes, indeed. The Life Apparel is actually a merchandise company that we do. You know what I'm saying? We do merchandise, of course, for Bone Thugs. You know what I'm saying? I make my own stuff with TL there. We do other artists clothes as well. We do stuff for 3 6 Mafia, DJ Paul. You know, we do stuff for like we've done stuff for Chameleon there. You know what I'm saying? E40, Zendaya from Disney. You know what I'm saying? We doing something with George Lopez. You know what I'm saying? The comedian George Lopez. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah. So we've touched a lot of people's merch, man. And so any artists out there that need merch, man, holla at the life. We got you.
I'm gonna have to holler at you, man. I always need merch, man, for any business, anything that's going on, man. So, nah, that's incredible, man. I didn't realize that y'all was like diversifying it like that, like for different people that need that work.
Oh yeah.
You know, you mentioned Chameleon there, you know, huge fucking record, you know, Riding Dirty that you was featured on. Well, some of these questions that I got here were submitted. We talked offline about, but I just want to give a lot of love and respect to my man Joe. He's actually one of the biggest supporters of my podcast, but more importantly, he is the biggest Bone fan that I've ever met in my fucking life, bro. Like he knows more about you than you might know about yourself, man. This man is you know, he's all about you, all about y'all and y'all art. And one thing that he mentioned to me about the Riding Dirty record, which I was unaware, was that you did your verse like well before the song came out, and you didn't really know too much about Chameleon there at the time, or something along those lines. Like he was a new up and coming artist. Is that what happened?
Yeah. No, I hadn't heard anything from Chameleon. I didn't even know who he was. I basically did the song on the strength of playing skills. You know, the producers of the record. You know, I knew those cats. They used to go on the road with us. I watched those little cats come up to blow up. You know what I'm saying? But I did it on the strength of them. And then I wasn't even really expecting to hear the record again, you know, but you know, as time went on, it was like, yo, the record is blowing up, and they started calling me to do all this press and do all these shows, and next thing you know, we went in a Grammy Award for it. So it was crazy.
Man. So like, I mean, you just never know what's gonna happen with a record, right? Especially with a feature. You know what I'm saying? You do the business, you get it right, and then next thing you know, man, that shit blow up like crazy. Cause that was a huge record. They wouldn't stop playing that shit when that came out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. It was crazy, man. That record did numbers for real.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Chameleon there, man. He another brother that got his business together, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all.
Oh, most definitely do. For this thing.
That's what I want to see, man. From, you know, I got two sons. You feel me? And like, you know, I want to teach them the game in that way. Like, bro, you want to have your business right before anything else. You know, make sure your shit is together, man. I know you got a nonprofit too, a nonprofit called Spread the Love.
Yes, indeed. Spread the Love Foundation, man, in Ohio is what, you know, I'm doing a lot of things down there, trying to get a lot of things done in the community. Got plans to build a school down there, BT&H Academy, man, just to teach people a few skills in the industry and behind the scenes and everything, all that good stuff. So been in talks with the mayor and the councilman down there, you know what I'm saying? I actually been meeting with them ever since 2020, trying to make this happen. So, you know, and everything is looking positive. So hopefully you'll be seeing something on that very, very soon.
Okay, man. Yo, shout out to you, man, for always for giving back to the community. You feel me? And you know, having a nonprofit, you know, spreading love, and where you from? You know what I'm saying? Like, people move away. I mean, you in the West Coast, right? You know what I'm saying? But you still showing love to where you from. And you know, I know we run a little bit low on time, but I definitely want to make sure that we talk a little bit to my man Joe. Like I said, Joe is an incredible Bone fan, incredible supporter of my podcast, and he had a question that he submitted that he personally wanted to know.
I think I know how to get that. Okay.
So Mo Murder off of the Mo Thugs album. He said that was the first solo song that he heard from you. Mo Murder.
Yeah. Oh yeah, wow.
And he said he wants to know about that process and why you sampled "Moment in Love" by the Art of Noise. What was that about? Was that your decision, or how did that song come about?
Man, yeah, man. I always knew about the Art of Noise like very early on, but way before we got him, like way before I even met like the members in Bone. That was one of my mother's favorite groups. And she used to blast their albums like all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just remember it because I used to be like, is they gonna ever sing any words on these songs, Mom? And they never said nothing. You know what I'm saying? And it was all just beats, which I appreciated when I got older. Because when I started rapping, I was like, yo, some of these beats is dope. You know what I'm saying? And plus, like the beatbox and all those, they was always affiliated with hip hop, with break dancing. You know what I'm saying? They music was always a part of hip hop culture. So, but I never really heard nobody mess with the slow beat like that. So I was like, it's I done so many like different versions to that song. It's crazy. I've dissected that beat because there's so many different parts of the beat. I've used that beat like 3 different times for 3 different songs. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just love that. The beat is crazy. Everybody that hears it loves the beat, man. It's a famous beat for it to be a song with no words. That beat is famous as hell.
You know, I know exactly what beat it is. Like I know that's that.
Yeah,
that's that shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
definitely.
I'm hip. I think I rapped on that shit too one time. You feel me? But
Yeah,
I know with the that low tempo with your flow, you know what I'm saying? Like I know how those things match up. I know you probably got certain BPMs in your head about how you like the, you know what I mean, your shit to sound, you know, when it comes to catching that fast flow. But yeah, man, I just want to, you know, again, thank you for pulling up. Damn, did I lose him? I think I might have lost him.
No.
Oh.
No, I'm here.
All right, great. So I want to thank you for pulling up, man. First of all, man, you are a legend. You are a fucking legend in our culture. Me coming up, you know what I'm saying? Like I never thought that I'll have an opportunity to talk to you. And I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful for Uniquely Coordinated. If anyone ever wants to get in contact with you to set up an interview or anything, should they reach out to Uniquely Coordinated? Is that how they do it?
Yes, indeed. Yes,
All
indeed.
right, for bookings, anything like that, man. Shout out to Burn, man. She's an excellent woman. She definitely came through for me and set up this opportunity. You know, and I also let her know, you know, me and her getting real cool. Anything that she needs, anything that you need when you touch down in Jersey, man. Like, you know, I'm definitely somebody that would love to assist, and we can talk about that offline. But it's been my pleasure, my pleasure to interview you. I am hip hop, brother. You feel me? Like we are hip hop, you know, and
yes,
I real recognize real 10 times out of 10. You feel me? So just want to show you some
love.
Good luck with, you know, your podcast and all your endeavors you got going on, and we'll definitely be in touch, man.
Okay. All love, man.
All right, man. Much love, man. Stay up, brother. All right.